Alfie's up in arms after he discovers Roxy's been seeing her sister, and he confronts Ronnie, but she's defiant and tells him to get used to it. Kat implores him not to take it out on Roxy, but he's in a rage and packs her bags. He backs off, but he says they have to get out of Walford till they're back on track. Ronnie's upset to find her sister gone, while Jack's furious that she's taken Amy too. Dexter's nerves are frayed when his transplant op is booked in for 3 weeks, and he gets drunk at Jay's birthday party, then tries it on with Lola. Sam's rushed to hospital feeling unwell, while Ava reveals the op's been moved to tomorrow. Dexter's so terrified he tells the consultant he can't do it. But after some deep soul searching, he returns to the hospital and agrees to the transplant, and both operations go ahead. But what happens? Meanwhile, Michael rescues Scarlett when she nearly falls in the pond after an exhausted Janine falls asleep, and he tells her he'll get custody. But when she says she's changing her surname to Butcher, he grabs her by the throat. That's not going to help his case. Next, we're on the cobbles. Nick tells David he remembers everything, and the brothers make a pact to keep it to themselves. But David, being David, can't do that, and orders a DNA test, telling his confidant Tina he has to know if Lily is his. Kylie's nervous about the amount of time David's spending with Tina, and later she walks in on him, showing Tina he has their DNA samples to send. While Steve's working on his plan to buy the Rovers with his mystery backer, Michelle's devastated to learn her parents really are divorcing. Michelle realizes he's up to something when he reassures her it'll all be okay, but she's anxious again when Steve accidentally sets her dad up with Eileen. And Roy plans a surprise trip to Blackpool for Hayley before her chemo starts, although he's upset when she says she wants to die at home, with him by her side. Next, we're in the Dales. Paddy's still unforgiving, and despite Chaz and Marlon's efforts, he refuses to visit Rona in rehab, and later is angry when out bowling with Chaz, Rona appears. It all comes to nothing, and after Chaz rails at the Dingles for forgiving Debbie so quickly, she turns to Paddy and a bottle of wine. You can guess the rest. Meanwhile, Cameron's prison van is ambushed by masked men, and he's handed an overnight bag, a passport, and help to escape. Debbie gets a series of silent calls, and she and Chaz panic to learn of the escape, although they're relieved to see footage of him boarding a ferry. Should they breathe so easily, though? There's an emergency when Joni agrees to Kyle going out with Amy, and he falls into the river, which is bad enough. But then she learns Amy's going to fight for custody. War could be brewing. And Marlon and Laurel are thrown when Ashley says he wants to conduct their wedding. Marlon hates the idea, but Laurel sees that Ashley just wants his license back.